These are the reading, language arts, and phonics lessons for Tuesday, May 12th. These are the materials that you will need for today's lessons. You will need worksheet page 28.1, workbook page 81, and a pencil. You'll start by listening to the story, The Little Engine That Could. It's a story about a little engine train that thinks he cannot do things. I know some of you guys feel that way sometimes. Sometimes you think that you can't do things, but you'll find when you listen to the story that sometimes you think you can't do things, but if you really think about it, you'll find that there's all sorts of things that you can do if you just try. I hope you enjoy the story, and I'll see you on the other side once we're done.
The Little Engine That Could, an abridged edition by Waddy Piper with new art by Lauren Long. Chug, 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 puff, 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 ding dong, ding dong. The little train rumbled over the tracks. She was a happy little train. Her cars were filled with toy animals, giraffes with long necks, teddy bears with almost no necks at all, and even a baby elephant. There were dolls and the funniest little toy clown you ever saw. But that was not all. Some cars were filled with good things for boys and girls to eat. Golden oranges, red cheeked apples, bottles of milk, and even lollipops for after-meal treats. The little train was carrying all these wonderful things to the good little boys and girls on the other side of the mountain. She puffed along merrily. Then all of a sudden she stopped. She simply could not go another inch. She tried and tried, but her wheels would not turn. "Here comes a shiny new engine," said the little clown. All the dolls and toys cried out together, "Please, shiny new engine, won't you pull our train over the mountain? Our engine has broken down and the boys and girls on the other side won't have any toys to play with or good food to eat unless you help us." But the shiny new engine snorted.
I pull you. I am a passenger engine. My train has sleeping cars and a dining car with waiters to serve hungry people. I pull the likes of you? Indeed not.
And off he steamed. Soon the little clown called out, "Look, a great big strong engine is coming. Please, oh please, big engine," cried all the dolls and toys. "Won't you pull our train over the mountain?"
I am a freight train.
The big strong engine bellowed.
I have just pulled a train with big heavy machines. I am a very important engine indeed. I won't pull the likes of you.
And the big engine puffed off. The little train and all the dolls and toys were very sad. "Cheer up," said the little clown. "The big engine is not the only one in the world. Here comes another. He looks very old and tired, but our train is so little, perhaps he can help us." But the rusty old engine sighed.
I am so tired. I must rest my weary wheels. I cannot pull even so little a train as yours over the mountain. I cannot.
And off he rumbled. By now, the dolls and toys were so sad they were ready to cry. But the little clown called out, "Here comes a little blue engine, a very little one. Maybe she will help us." The very little engine came, chugging merrily along.
"What is the matter, my friend?"
she asked kindly. "Oh, little blue engine," cried the dolls and toys, "will you pull us over the mountain?" Our engine has broken down, and the good boys and girls on the other side won't have any toys to play with or good food to eat unless you help us. Please, please help.
I am not very big. I have never been over the mountain. But I think I can. I think I can. I think I can.
And the little blue engine hitched herself to the train. She tugged and pulled and pulled and tugged, and slowly, slowly, slowly they started off. Puff, puff, chug, chug went the little blue engine.
I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can.
Up, up, up. Faster and faster the little engine climbed, until at last they reached the top of the mountain. Hooray! Hooray! Cried the little clown and all the dolls and toys. The good little boys and girls in the city will be happy because you helped us. And the little blue engine smiled and seemed to say, as she puffed steadily down the mountain,
I thought I could. I thought I could. I thought I could.
The end.
Thanks for riding the Storytime train. Please subscribe.
The story The Little Engine That Could was a story about a train that was on their way to the town on the other side of the mountain when they got stuck. If you can see from the pictures right here, the train was stuck and they couldn't go any farther, and they were so sad because all they wanted to do was get to the other side of the mountain. So they waited, and as other trains passed by, they asked for their help. And the other trains were not so helpful. Oh no, we can't help you. I'm much too fancy for you. Oh no, I'm much too big for you and strong for you. Oh, I'm much too old for you, and there's no way I can pull you. So they waited and waited and waited until finally what happened? Although they thought they had lost all hope, along came the little blue engine. And so they stopped him, and he wasn't so sure that he could do it, was he? Kind of like you guys are when I ask you to do something, right? I can't do it. I can't do it. But what happened? What did he do? He said to himself, I think I can. Maybe I can. And so he tried. And while he tried, he kept thinking to himself, I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. And what happened? He did it. He made it over the mountain with all the toys and the food for all the children on the other side of the mountain. And so he saved all those toys. He saved everybody, and he made everybody's day amazing. Isn't that awesome? You see, he doubted himself. He didn't think he could do it, but he did because he tried and he did his best, which is what I'm always telling you guys. Just do your best, right? That's all he did was his best, and he did it. All right, let's keep going on to the next one. All right, now we're going to use our worksheet, page 28.1, to respond to our story, The Little Engine That Could. So make sure that you have this worksheet in front of you. If you notice on the worksheet on your video, I've highlighted the top section with question number 1, because that's the question we're going to be working on right now, okay? And question number 1 says, it's actually not really a question, I shouldn't say. It's more of a response, and it's what we think, or how we think, or how we feel, I should say, about the story, okay? And we just kind of talked about and reviewed the story and what we thought about about what happened in the story and about the little blue engine that didn't think that he was going to be able to pull the other trains over the mountain, but he thought he could, and he thought he could, and he did, right? And so our sentence here says, I think the toys are blank. One reason is because, oops, underneath it says, one reason is because blank. So we're going to give a reason, we're going to give an example of what we think the toys are, and then we're going to give a reason of why we think the toys are that way. Okay, so I've given, if you remember last week, I gave you two choices, okay? And it's your choice to write or to copy whichever one that you want. So in the story, the toys, remember, they were stuck on the side because their train broke down, and so they were asking all the other different trains that were passing by to help them deliver the toys and food to the kids, and nobody else would help them, right? And so how do you think that all those toys felt? I gave you two choices here, one in green, if you see right up here is our answer in green, obviously, and it says, I think the toys are sad. Well, why would we think the toys are sad? One reason is because the train broke down. Well, of course, the toys are sad because the train broke down, right? The train broke down. Now they can't get the toys and the food to the kids, right? All right. So that would be one way or one thing that we could think about the trains. I'm sorry, not the trains, the toys, okay? So I think the toys are sad. And one reason that we can think that they're sad is because the train broke down. All right, so let's talk about another reason. And I've written that reason in blue. All right, and let's see. Now here we say, I think the toys are nice. All right, and what's a reason that the toys are nice? Well, every train that came by, weren't all the toys nice? Every train that came by, they asked for help, and the trains, they weren't nice to them, were they? Oh no, we're too smart for you, we're too strong for you, we're too nice for you. Okay, thank you, bye. They weren't mean to them, they were nice to all the trains that came by, right? So I think that both of these are true. Actually, I think that the toys were sad because the train broke down. You could see that right there in the story. And I also think that the toys were nice because it showed that in the story. They were nice to all the trains. So it's your choice which one that you choose to write down on the top part of your worksheet for number 1. All right, so go ahead and choose if you're going to write down the green or the blue. And then once you're finished with that, we can go on to number 2. So go ahead and pause the video and pick your answer, copy it down, and when you're finished, we'll go ahead to number 2. If you are back with me, that means that you finished with question number 1 or response number 1, and you are ready for response number 2. And response number 2 is down at the bottom of your page. I've highlighted it on my paper. You see it right down here, number 2. And I put the highlight box around it. So number 2 says, I think the little blue engine is blank. I think the little blue engine is blank. Okay. And one reason is because what? One reason is because blank. Okay. So let's talk about what the little blue engine is and some reasons that he is that. All right, so look over to the other side of your paper on the right side, not your paper, your video that you're watching. And I've written two choices for you again in green and blue, so you could choose which one that you would like to write. The top one up here in green says, I think the little blue engine is happy. All right. Well, if you remember at the end of the video, he is definitely happy, right? All right, and one reason that I think that he's happy, one reason is because he helped the toys, right? It always feels good to help somebody. Doesn't that make you feel happy to help somebody? It does me. I always feel good when I can help somebody out. So that's one thing. I think the little blue engine is happy. One reason is because he helped the toys. So if you feel the same way, that the little blue engine is happy because he helped the toys, then you can copy down the green answer. All right, but let's check the blue answer to see which way which one you agree with more. Now, the blue one down here on the bottom says, I think the little blue engine is happy. So here we have happy again. I think the little blue engine is happy. And one reason is because he made it over the hill. All right, so that was a big accomplishment for him, right? He didn't think he was going to be able to make it over the hill, and he made it over the hill. So that's a great reason for him to feel happy. So why do you feel that he was most happy? I think the little blue engine is happy. Is it the reason in green because he helped the toy? Yes, because he helped the toys, or the reason in blue because he made it over the hill? Go ahead and choose which answer you would like to write down on your paper, and pause the video and copy it down on section 2 of your paper. Once you're finished here, go ahead and press play and we'll finish with the rest of our lessons. Before you start looking for anything, you do not need a paper, you do not need a worksheet, you do not need your journal, you need your eyes and you need your ears, and that's all you need, is just to focus and pay attention. We're just going to practice our subject-verb agreements. You will have an assignment tomorrow on this, but today we're just going to do some practice. All right, remember we've been talking about how when we put our subject, right, our nouns, and our verbs, which is our actions, in sentences together, we have to make sure that they agree, that they get along, okay? And so here we have some examples we're just going to practice together today, and we're going to see which word goes where. All right, so let's look over to the left of the screen over here where my friend Sam is eating pizza. All right, and I wrote two sentences in red next to Sam. All right, the first one says, Sam eats pizza. Okay, and remember our verb has an S at the end of it, right? Because our subject, which is Sam, is only one person. When our subject is singular, which means one thing, one person, one thing, one animal, one object, then our verb has an S at the end of it, right? Our second sentence says, they eat pizza. So our subject is they. Now they could mean two people, could mean 50 people, right? But it's more than one person. So when it's more than one person, then our verb stays as it is. It stays just a normal verb with nothing added to it. Eat, just the normal verb eat. They eat pizza. All right, let's come down here and look at the picture of the kids playing a game. All right, let's read the sentences written in blue letters. The first one says, she plays a game. All right, notice the word she. She, how many people is that? One, singular, that's right. So our verb, which is plays, has an S on the end of it because our subject, she, is singular. So look at the sentence underneath it. It says, we play a game. Now, our subject has changed and now it's we, which means more than one person. So our verb play is just a normal verb. There's no S added to the end of it. All right, so let's take a look over to the right of our paper and let's practice these. Let's see which verb would go into the blank space. All right, it says Carla climbs or climb the ladder. Carla climbs or climb the ladder. Carla is our subject. That's right, you should have said climbs. Carla climbs the ladder because Carla is singular, so we use the form of the verb with the S at the end. All right, on to number 2. The boys draw, the boys draws. I hope you said draw. That's right, because the boys are 2, more than 1, right? So the boys draw. Good. On to number 3. 2 rabbits plays or 2 rabbits play. And your answer is play. Good job. That's right, because 2 rabbits, more than 1, so our verb has no S at the end. The last one for today is number 4. Our sentence is Sam ride a bike or Sam rides a bike. I hope that you picked rides because that is the correct answer. Remember, Sam is singular, 1 person, so our verb must have an S at the end. All right, good practice for today. We're going to move on to phonics next, and we will do some more subject-verb agreements tomorrow. And we're moving on to phonics. Now we're going to go ahead and continue with our phonics lesson. Before we go on to our workbook page, let's go ahead and review the letter sounds that we have for this week. Our letters are V and Z. First, let's begin with V. The letter sound for V is V, V, V. Okay, and that is the beginning sound for van or vacuum cleaner. How about volcano? And last we have violin. Next is our letter Z. And for the letter Z, some of the words that we have are zipper, zoo, and zero. All right, let's go ahead to our workbook page and go ahead and put this to practice. You should be looking at workbook page 81, which is our phonics page, and go ahead and start by writing your name right up here at the top on the line next to where it says name. And then after that, we're going to start right here at number 1 next to the letter V for volcano. All right, go ahead and trace the letter V. Remember, start at the top line all the way down to the bottom, then back up to the top. For the lowercase v, start at the middle line, a slanted line down to the bottom, and back up to the middle line. All right, you're going to write V on your own right here at this line for vase, or we could also pronounce it vase. Some people say vase and some people say vase. Either way is proper. It's correct either way. And our last picture here for number 1, write the letter V, upper and lowercase, for the vest. All right, when you're finished, you can pause if you need to. For number 2, we have the letter Z for zebra. And go ahead and trace your letter Z next to the zebra. All right, remember we start at the top and then a slanted line and then a straight line along the bottom line. And then the lowercase z is the same thing, only we start at the middle line, a straight line across, then a slanted line down, and then another straight line across. All right, then move on over. The next picture we have over here to the right is a zipper. Zipper begins with the letter Z, so please write an upper and lowercase z there. And our next picture, you will write a upper and lowercase z for this picture right here. And remember from science, what kind of a line is that? Zigzag. That's right, a zigzag. All right, when you're finished there, let's move down to section number 3. And in here, we're going to name each picture, and you will write just as you did in the top sections for number 1 and number 2. You're going to write an upper and lowercase, either V or Z, depending on which beginning letter each picture starts with, or each word starts with. Okay, so let's start right over here. You know what that one is? That is a zebra. Please write the beginning letter for zebra. Okay, over here, the next one beside it, that is a vine. A vine. We've also talked about that in science class, how different fruits grow on a vine. So write the letter that begins the word vine. Now we'll move below the zebra, and that is a van. Van. Please write the letter that begins the word van. And last, over here, that is the entrance to a zoo. Zoo. Please write the beginning letter for the word zoo. All right, once you're finished with this, make sure that you finish with your science and your math for the day. And if you've done so, then you are finished with all your assignments. Have a great afternoon, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Miss you. Bye.